unfurling a new video segment today. It's called Scam of the Week, and there is much to work with. What with Qantas, Newscorp and Dan Andrews, Mike Pizzullo, the inaugural Scam of the Week goes to PwC, which has sallied forth this week with not one, but two cover-ups. The investigation is now complete, declared the accountants of fortune, unveiling their statement of facts, they called it. All over now, cutely timed in the wake of the sudden departure of Dan Andrews, PwC and their battalion of PR consultants and lawyers sallied forth with not one but two independent experts' reports to clear their good name. And fair enough too. All they did was to engage in systematic fraud on Australia by taking millions to advise the government on tax reform, while at the same time advising their clients, their foreign clients, on how to dodge those very same laws they had told the government to introduce. That's not treason. No way. The expert of independent experts, the doyen of independent experts, Ziggy Swatowski, was commissioned by PwC, and he handed down his report this week. It was strong on tut-tutting, but Ziggy managed not to name one single PwC name or to cover even the details of what had actually happened, what had brought us here. He even admitted the PwC didn't provide him with documents, only samples of documents. How lovely, how good are samples. Expertly, Ziggy told us what we had already known: greed, secrecy, culture issues. He did, however, say, and this gets to the real nub of it, he said, to quote, "There is a complex tapestry of responsibility for conduct at PwC Australia." The pièce de résistance was another tapestry, another independent experts report commissioned by PwC Global. This contained an admission that, yes, we agree that we got secret tax information from PwC Australia, but no, we didn't know that it was secret and we didn't use it. It's the old, "Yes, Your Honour, we accept that we were in possession of the stolen vehicle, but it was stationary at the time and we didn't know that it was stolen anyway." Nevertheless, they still said sorry, even though they purport to have done nothing wrong. It's very nice of them. The PwC report was overshadowed, though, by another scam. That's Rupert Murdoch's Newscorp pretending it is engaged in journalism. This is a decade-long scam, pretending to be engaged in journalism rather than the primary objective, which is barracking for the coalition for News Corp's corporate interests. So it is that they've been trying to get rid of Dan Andrews, the Victorian Premier, for many years now, despite the hysterical coverage of the steps of Dan's holiday house and some car incident involving his wife way back in the day. They barely put a dent in Dan while they shed readers by the truckload, hundreds of thousands. Dan went out on his own terms, followed by this gem from Sky News' Peter Credlin, not quite sure, to quote, "No escaping Dan's brutal reign of madness. Lest we forget, the mangy roo, Qantas. Ahead of what will surely be a tumultuous AGM in early November, the chairman of Qantas, Richard Goyder, confirmed again his commitment to stay as chairman and to back good old Alan Joyce. Excellent, he said of Alan. This is despite 8,000 ghost flights, a probable finding of deliberate fraud on customers, the ACCC sting, the High Court finding of mass sackings of workers, that was illegal, a string of maintenance issues, possible insider trading, and the most damage to an Australian brand in history. Call me old-fashioned, but what about directors' responsibilities? Are they a thing still? They're even in breach, the Qantas directors, of almost every principle in their own Qantas Code of Ethics and Conduct. Now that is a scam. We know the independence of the public service is a scam too. There was a great scam this week, the Mike Pizzullo scam and the leaked emails, the head of Home Affairs. Half of the public service has been privatised anyway, outsourced to consultants, and what left is politicised as per Mike Pizzullo's scandal. Mike's secret emails as Secretary for the Department of Home Affairs put all the political machinations on display. And Christine Milne, the former Greens leader, put it well when she said, "Australia has not had a public service for decades. Top echelon are on contracts and their jobs and promotions depend on delivering for their ministers, not for the public. It is a ministerial service. Abolish contracts, she says, restore permanency and frank and fearless advice. They've gutted the thing, the Australian Public Service, particularly during the 9 years of illustrious reign from the Coalition. Now, we could go on. There are many scams, and to cover all the scams, we would require a Netflix series. But come to think of it, Netflix too is a scam. It's a tax scam. They siphon their profits offshore, hundreds of millions of dollars a year. As Petter would say, it's madness, it's brutal, it's a brutal reign of madness.